Yeah, I'm recording.
Oh, it's recording.
Go.
Thank you. We figured it out. Okay, perfect. All right, I want to welcome everybody to this awesome, it's a rainy day here in California, and I'm in my car driving to San Diego, down where Emily lives, and I'm so excited to have her as our guest today. She's an Emerald Ambassador down in San Diego, another California one. So I'm going to pass it on to her right now so she can just take it over.
Awesome. Well, really fast, I do have two small boys, 3 and 4, and I've warned them not to come in here. And they have coughs, so if you hear random coughs, I'm sorry for sick-sounding kids in the background, but hopefully you don't have any children come through this video. But my name's Emily Walter. Like Cindy was saying, I'm an Emerald Ambassador in San Diego. When I started Plexus, it was January 2014, and my twin sister Amy told me about it in December. And she said she's done network marketing since we were 20. So I've always been a big supporter of it. So it was nothing to do with that, but she told me about it. And I was like, no, like I was a personal trainer before kids. I was like, do not take anything. Because when we heard about Plexus, it was all about weight loss. So I was like, no, you don't take things for weight loss. Like, it's dangerous. You'll just gain it back. Like, I didn't do any research. This is just my instant response. And she's like, no, I really think this is something you need to look into. I think it's different than when you're thinking. At least research it, because I'm going to do it anyways. And I'm like, all right, fine. So I'll research it for you. So I took it to everybody I knew had a higher degree than me. I took it to my nutritionist, another nutritionist, doctors, chiropractors, pharmacists, whoever would tell me no. I took it to them. And everybody gave me the green light. They said, it's plant-based, go ahead and try it. So I figured, all right, Amy can do it, and I'll do it with her because she's my twin sister and she can't look better than me. So, so I jumped on board with her as her customer because I wasn't going to do network marketing. I would support, but I wasn't going to do it myself because I did it when I was young and I wasted a lot of money on inventory and thought, I'll just support people. That's what Amy's good at, not me. So I became a customer and I fell in love with the products within the first 2 weeks. I lost some weight. I had no PMS issues during that time, no fluctuation. I was like, okay, there's something bigger to this than just weight loss. There's something more. So I decided I would at least try to earn my products. And I figured it was a way for Amy and I to kind of be connected because she's like 2 hours north from me in LA area. So we don't get to see each other as often as we used to. So I thought this is a way that we can connect and do something together even though we're not living by each other. So I thought that'll be fun. I'll at least try to earn my product. I'll be lucky if I do that. So I jumped in, and God just had a totally different idea than I had, and it just started taking off. I just started sharing and started just going, and I wasn't even really working. It was more just posting. And then once my second check was like $750, and Alan, my husband, looked at me and was like, hey, like this is like significant money. Like you could do something. So that's when I started working, and it just started going. By my year mark, I was senior gold, and then it just kept going. My pace was kind of like every 6 months I would rank up. And I thought it was good pace. I always felt like I was promoting, and then I got stuck. I got like a stuck feeling at Ruby. I got to Ruby and it just wasn't moving anymore. It was still going positively, but just very slowly. I know some of you probably feel that way or in the middle of that or have been in that. You're not alone. It's not uncommon. So I just kept putting my head down and kept working. My big motto is work hard, pray harder. And things are just going to keep going. So I just kept going. And then I hit Senior Ruby when Amy hit Emerald, and that was in December of 2015. And 3 months later, I ran with that momentum, and I hit Emerald in March. So that was my fastest jump, definitely the hardest jump, but the fastest. And it has just been amazing since then. my big thing, what I absolutely love about this is that Alan and I was already blessed to be able to stay at home with my kids, but to be able to help my husband financially, what we weren't expecting, has been awesome. To be able not to worry about things and not stress about things, pay a San Diego mortgage, pay all the extra bills so he doesn't have to worry. But my big thing, which I love, is that, we're able to support and be bigger supporters in Young Life, at our church. Our heart is in camp ministry, and that we've been able to, help send kids to camp has been the biggest thing for me. And I have bigger dreams for that. Like, I hope I can send every single kid to camp from San Diego, but we'll see where God takes it. So I absolutely love that we're able to do that together as a family because of Plexus. So I'm so thankful for that. I totally forgot to kind of talk about my health. Besides weight, I lost 26 pounds. I got rid of my gluten intolerance. I'm not being very, compliant, sorry, but I got rid of my gluten intolerance. I've had chronic constipation since I was in 5th grade, and I've gone to doctors and specialists, and nothing ever brought me relief until Plexus. So if my weight never changed, if, nothing ever changed except that issue, it would have I'd still be shouting it from the rooftops. So I absolutely love Plexus. And here comes one of my 3-year-olds. Okay, I'll be right there. Yes, hold on. Hold on, he's 3. 1 second, this is Mom Life, and I'm very, very sorry. Give me less than 1 minute.
See, it's right the Santa Barbara coast. It's kind of a dreary day, but there's oops. Let me see. Let's get right here. You'll see it right here. See it? Not pretty? So this is such a beautiful stretch right here on the 101. We've got oil rigs kind of way out there, and it's just beautiful because the highway goes right along the ocean. And you can ride a train. It's my favorite train ride. You can ride the train from our house to Santa Barbara, and you're right along the ocean. So if any of you guys back east want to come see me, we'll go spend a day in Santa Barbara and we'll ride the train down there. It's a super fun day.
We should do that with the kids soon.
Yes. It's so fun. You can see whales, and it's just a blast. So anyway, I love
dolphins.
The dolphins. Yep, we always see dolphins. I love this show, that Emily's being able to do this with us because she's a very busy mom. And I love that. Did you catch that she went from Ruby to Emerald in 3 months? That's a huge jump if you think, Ruby to Emerald. That's 500 points all the way to 1,500 points. That's 1,000 points in 3 months. That's amazing. Whoa. Be almost careful. Don't watch the Zoom, honey. Okay. All right, she's back.
So sorry about that. I couldn't understand what he wanted, so that wasn't going over well.
I'm sorry for her. She's so sweet. That's fine. I just can't get over that. 3 months. That's a lot of points. That's a great momentum. That's what we all want. So there's hope, you guys.
Okay, maybe there'll be less craziness. It's how it goes. Like, you think, okay, I'm all set, and then craziness happens. But this just shows you guys, really anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. So thank you for being so gracious with me. So I'm going to jump into my training. And if you guys have questions throughout, I'm totally open for you to ask them. The training I wanted to talk about was kind of feeling stagnant. One of the quotes from Super Saturday was, momentum brings on more momentum, and being stagnant brings on being more stagnant. And I just thought that was a really true statement, because we kind of think like, I'm stagnant, why isn't anything changing? And it's because we're not changing. We're doing the same things over and over again, and it's not moving us forward. So I know I've felt stuck at times. I'm sure you have felt stuck at times. And the biggest question to ask ourselves is not, am I doing the right things? It's really, am I willing to do what other people are not willing to do? Am I willing to put in that work that other people are not willing to do so that I can move forward in this business? So some things to go along with that is why you have to remember, like, kind of bring yourself back to why, which everybody always talks about. You heard all about Super Saturday is your why. I worked on it there. So you really need to come back to, why am I doing this? What is my deeper purpose of working this business? And it could be your family. It could be so that you pay your mortgage. It could be get out of debt. It could be a ministry. I'm not sure what your why is or what pushes you forward, but it needs to be outside of yourself, because that's what's going to give you a bigger drive. So dig deep, write it down, pray over it, really try to figure out what it is. The next is vision, which again, they talked about at Super Saturday. The thing I love about all the trainings is that people think it's rocket science, and it's not. It's always going back to the same things, and you just might hear it differently from different people. But vision, give yourself the okay to dream. I am somebody that never really dreamt before. You know, like I always thought, like, you know, I just kind of live my life like, oh, God's going to lead me in the right direction, which I think is a great way to live. But I never really saw anything past where I was at. And I think He gave us desires on our hearts, and we need to pray about them and dream big. Where could He take that? So give yourself the okay to dream. Okay. But I think you guys should really write down, like, start journaling. If you haven't started journaling yet, really start journaling about where you kind of see yourself, where you want to be. It could be next year. I've gone to a few Leslie Zann conferences, and if you haven't, if she's ever in your town, go. She really talks about dreaming and visualizing and seeing things past. Like kind of giving yourself that feeling of it already happened. How do I feel in that moment? And I was talking to somebody yesterday, actually, and she's like, I don't have dreams. I don't have aspirations. And I was like, you do. You just haven't allowed yourself to do it. And she's like, oh, you're talking plexuses to me. She was not in the plexus world. And I was like, yeah, this works for everything. It's not just plexus world. This is something like, you know, God has something for you, whatever it is. You just need to ask Him to show you. If you haven't read Circle Maker, I think that's a great book. I'd recommend that. That really opened my eyes to this as well. Goals. So goals is something else that you really need to have right in front of you all the time. My goals change all the time. I have them written in my calendar. I have them written on my fridge. I have them written on my mirror. I see them all the time. Goals is something I am huge on. I always am talking about goals with my team. I want you to write out, I would love, like if everybody sat down and wrote their daily goals out, it would give them a daily routine easier, because they're able to see, this is what I want to get accomplished today. This is what I'd love to reach. So what do I need to do to get there? Weekly goals, monthly goals, quarterly goals. I love the new planner that we got. If you earned one, congratulations. But it gave us even like places to put like a quarterly goal, a yearly goal, our monthly goal, a daily goal. I love it. So if you have one, open it up and really just start writing in there and really utilizing that tool. The goals are huge, and I want you to stay focused on what that goal is. So like have your big goal. If it's emerald, which all of you on this call I know are gold or higher, and I know your goal is diamond one day. And emerald is probably the next big goal that you have. So I want you to write that down so that you see it. This is my big goal, but what do I need to do to get there, so that you have those smaller steps? So like utilizing the Rank Up roadmap when that comes out is going to be great. But really just start saying, okay, so I'm at gold. What is my next step? Senior gold. How many points away from that am I? And like put your points down that you had, subtract from the points that you need, and then kind of map it out to be like, okay, what's a realistic goal for me? So if I'm, 250, wait, what is it, right? There's loud boys in the background. So you need to write down the difference and then kind of map that out. And it might be 40 points away. So you kind of map out, is that going to take me a month or is that going to take me 2 months? What is a realistic goal for me to reach that next rank? And I'm not saying that you won't fly past it, because some people just move, and then other people might take slower, but you need to look at it and really map it out. What's realistic for me? So what's realistic for you? I think goals are good and dreaming big is good, but I also like to have that realistic view so that you don't get defeated and you don't get discouraged, but it's something that's moving you forward. Okay. So the fourth thing I wanted to talk about is building belief. And this company makes it easy because they love on us and they take care of us. And our CEO and president are people that we can really put our faith in and trust in this company, that they have our interest at heart. And I love that. So they do make it easy for us. But you need to build your belief. And to do that is going to events. It's going to watch the Diamond documentaries. It's coming to things like this, getting on calls to build your belief, hearing other people's stories so that you can understand that this is real. This is actually happening to normal moms, normal people that have crazy kids in the background. You know, it's happening and it can happen to you. Like, this is something that you can work towards and it can happen. So it's building that belief in yourself and in this company. And again, I'm so sorry. Seriously, why is the noise?
It's a real world.
But you need to build your belief in the community of your team. And I really think, like, if you have team members that are lacking that, get them to any type of event, whether it's a party at your house, a training at your house, a Zoom call. Get them there.
Oh, I see on here a bunch of the young moms that are on here, so I think all of us understand what's going on there. And I think it's a great reminder to us that she is able to fit this in her busy schedule with these little boys. I know it's hard when you're a stay-at-home mom to fit this in. Yep, that's right. My husband just said that's the nice thing about this business is we can do this, you know. So that's something to be thankful for. Here she is.
Yeah, something to be very thankful for. Crazy kids, and I could still work this business. So yeah, so get your teams to go to these events, any type of event, because the more they're with you and the more they're with your team, they're going to see the bigger picture of Plexus. 5 is being consistent every day. So with that, that's your IPAs. What are you doing daily? So your income producing activities. What are you doing daily to work towards your goal? I know. Okay. What are you doing daily to work towards those goals? So this is something that's like solely on your business. It's something focused on you. So in Hawaii, they talk to us, and I'm sure Cindy has talked to you guys about your power hours. To sit down, and it's something that you're working towards that's just your business. Because we kind of tend to focus on our teams, and we think, how am I going to help them get there, which is a huge part of this business. But we still have to work on our business. So you need to sit down and map out what you want your day to look like. So for me, my IPAs are 5, 3, 1. So I reach out to 5 new people a day. This is my goals. I can't say I do this every day, but my goals. And when I was really moving, this is what I did consistently. I always have to be honest about that. So my 5, 3, 1s is 5 new people a day. Whether that's I'm meeting somebody at the park, I'm getting connected with them, adding them to Facebook, or sitting down with my friends list and I am reaching out to 5 new people. And it can be simple. It does not need to be Plexus Throw Up. Right now, we're trying to do events every 10 to 12 days so that new people and ambassadors have somebody to invite places, because it's easier to reach out to people if they have events to invite them to. So I just write like, hey Lisa, how's how's your kids doing? How's school going? My Plexus team is doing this event on Monday, and I would love for you to come be my guest. You'll learn a little bit more about Plexus, and it's going to be, there's prizes and things. Can you make it? And so it's like 2 sentences. And then if I don't hear back, I still follow up a few days later, and I say, hey Lisa, I don't know if you saw my other message, but I wanted to send you the link to the event so you could check it out. Click going if you can go. I'll check in with you the day of the event. So I'm warning them, I'm going to check in with you again. But it's still really short and simple. So either one, they're going to keep ignoring you, which is we all know is normal, or they're going to be like, oh, she's going to keep reaching out to me, so I better respond. Either I can't go, or yeah, I'd like to. So you've just inviting them to one event, you've reached out to them 3 times. So it's an easy way to reach out to people on a cold call. And don't just invite people to events. Don't just add them to events. Make sure you personally ask them first before you add them to an event. It's much higher. They're going to more likely go than if you just add them. So reach out to 5 new people a day. And then you want to, in a minute, you have to finish that one. Okay, hold on one second, buddy. I see. So you want to follow up with 3 people a day. Okay, last one, okay. Bribery.
Whatever.
3 people a day. So those 3 people are the people you've reached out to before, reminding them about an event, giving them a Diamond documentary. Okay. Giving them a Diamond documentary that reminds you of them, or just checking in with them. It does not have to be about Plexus. It could just be a relationship building follow-up, but following up with 3 people each day. And then the 1 is coaching 1 team member a day. And if you don't have, where you don't have that many runners, or it could just be you're just calling. So if you have some first lines that don't really work it, they're kind of wholesaling, just call them and say, hey, I'm just checking in with you. How's the products? How's this? How's, dance class going for Susie? You want to just keep that relationship strong. So it might not necessarily be a coaching call. It could be a connecting call to your team. Once you've done your first lines and you're regularly doing those, I would ask your first lines, especially the ones that don't want to work it, can I reach out to your first lines? And get that respect, because they're their leader of their own team. So you're asking them out of respect of their team. And most likely they're going to say yes. So you ask them, is it okay if I reach out to your first levels? And they're going to say, yeah. Say, great. And you do the same thing with those level 2s so that you're building that connection. And you don't have to overwhelm yourself. 1 person a day, and then just kind of work your way through your team each month. And then they might not reach out to your wholesalers every month, but you'll at least be on a regular basis that you're checking in with them. So that's my 5-3-1s. If you do those every day, your business is going to move forward. There's no way around it. It's just a numbers game. If you do these every single day, you're going to move forward. Other things that you can add into your IPA, that's IPA's income producing activities. But other things you should add into your daily regimen is personal growth. Personal growth is huge. I always say network marketing is personal growth with the comp plan, because I have never read as much in my life as I have with Plexus. No joke, I put out a lot of my books last night so people could borrow them at my meeting. But right now I'm just starting today, actually, The 15 Laws of Growth by John Maxwell. I don't know if you've read it yet. Has anybody read that book yet? Ooh, good, Lisa. Okay, good? Oh, good. All right, I'm excited. So I have that book. I have other John Maxwell books. I haven't, whatever you're doing, you need to have a book. It doesn't necessarily have to be a network marketing book like Millionaire by Halftime. It could be something like, The Best Yes. But something that's teaching you. Best yes is Lisa her cursed. Not a network marketing book, but it definitely helped me move forward in my growth, even in my business and my personal life. So whatever book you're reading, it doesn't necessarily have to be network marketing, but something that's going to help you move forward as a person and in your business. So I would suggest either like 10 pages a day, just commit to that. Or for me, I do a chapter a day. Some days I get lucky and I have a 6-page chapter. Other days it's a lot longer. But for me, a chapter makes me feel like I accomplished something. So my goal is a chapter a day. So whatever yours is. Oh, good. Ruth says that she finished that book and it was really good. So good. I'm glad to hear that. Looking forward to reading it. So I really encourage you guys to do your 5-3-1s, whatever your daily routine is. If 5-3-1 sounds way too overwhelming to you, that's okay. Do 3-2-1s. If that sounds too overwhelming to you, do 1-1-1. It doesn't have to look like what I'm saying. It just needs to look like what you're able to commit to. And as long as you stay committed and move forward with that, it's going to do it. So if you're committing to one person a day, that's 5 people by the end of the week. It's just numbers. So just figure out what's right for you and do those things. Okay. So, I know, buddy. Get some water. So you really need to follow all those things up. Those are the 5 things I talk about so that you don't feel stuck anymore. You need to rewrite your why. Yes, last one. You need to rewrite your why. You need to create your vision. You need to have goals. Really have those goals mapped out, how you can get there, the action plan that goes with the goals. Make them visual. Make them we have it on my phone. I have work hard, pray harder, and then I have some goals on there. Even some things that aren't about me, it could be my husband really wants this massage chair. So I put that on my dream board because he really wants it. So I thought, well, I'll put that on my dream board, and then it's something I can work towards for him. So whatever it is for your family, this is Peter, dude, put that on the dream board. And yes, he's showing you his throat wasn't very so you need to build that belief, and you need to work on those goals, and you need to stay committed every single day. Work those IPAs. So there you go. That's how you get your momentum going and not stay stagnant.
Thank you so much. It's exactly perfect what I've been talking with quite a few of my teams in the last few days. And I love how I never tell the speaker what to talk about. I just say whatever God lays on your heart. And it's exactly perfect and I see the people that are on this call, and I know that this has really touched a lot of them, and it touched me too. So thank you so very much.
Thank you.
I hope to see you in a few days.
Yes. Yes.
And if you guys want to unmute, we can all say thank you to Emily.
Thank you.
Thank you, Emily.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yes. We appreciate you. So
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna stop recording now.
yes,
Okay.
perfect. Thank you.